Because it is such a wonderful natural material, Victorian ash is very workable and very consistent in its grain. Nothing beats the natural material.
As a forester, I'm very happy with the way the forests are managed because it's both ecologically and economically sustainable.
Timber is in my blood. It was in my father's blood, it's in my son's blood.
My father started the company in the mid-20s. When I became involved, I think what I learned was from university was that you had to identify what your core business was. The final upshot is that we do nothing else but focus on being the best, finding our niche, which was sawmilling, and focusing on being the best sawmiller in Australia, which I'm sure we are.
We concentrate purely on hardwood timber, and Victorian ash is our premier product. Been fortunate enough to travel around the world and see many different species, and I can truly say that Victorian ash can offer the manufacturer and the end user a glorious finished product. Victoria's forests are segregated into three main areas. There's national parks, there's other parks for ecotourism, then there's the state forests. Within the state forests, there's a small amount of area, around about 30%, that's been allocated for timber harvesting. The areas that are allocated for harvesting are called coops. These coops are like a mosaic quilt. So never is there two freshly cut coops actually very closely aligned to each other.
The forests are managed on an ecologically sustainable basis, which means that we look at a range of different values. The first of those obviously is the flora and fauna values, the second is the social values, and then we also look at it from an economic perspective, which is the timber harvesting side of things.
The coop boundary running out to the north here.
The government issues licences to harvest the wood off the eucalypt forests, and it's a very secure allocation. It's a contract for 15 years, and the planning horizon never gets less than 10 years. So we always have between 10 and 15 years of harvesting in front of us. The forests that we see today from very large fires came through Victoria in 1939, and they're testimony to the great regeneration power of mountain ash. The logs are felled and then pulled up to a landing where they're graded into basically three main grades. 80% of the logs produced in high quality go to Neville Smith Timber Industries. Then we have a lower quality grade that goes to the structural and pallet market, and the bottom grade goes to pulpwood to be made into paper.
The regeneration process begins when the tree is actually felled. At that time, there'll be a seed collector waiting, and that seed collector will collect the seed for disbursement in the later stage of the regeneration process. We leave the head log, which is the top of the tree. All the bark and all the nutrients, all the good stuff remains in the forest. The area is barred and burnt, just exactly the way nature would do it with lightning strikes. The seeds are then dispersed. Millions and millions of seeds, far more than what nature could ever disperse. Then the seeds germinate and the new trees come up. It's very efficient and it's a beautiful thing to watch.
There's no chemicals used, there isn't any fertilisers used, there are no pesticides, insecticides. It's completely natural. On top of that, the seed is actually collected from the site that we're harvesting, so that you're also keeping the gene pool the same way it was. So it's exactly mimicking a natural process. To ensure that the regeneration actually occurs, the government carries out a number of regeneration surveys. The first survey they carried out is at the germination stage, and the second survey they carry out is after 2 years.
Anything that's cut down today won't need to be touched again for 80 years within that area of the state forest. So the vastness of the forest is maintained, and a small section of the forest is used for commercial harvesting.
In the green mill, all the logs are quarter sawn. The advantage of quarter sawing is that the product is very, very stable. The way we break the log down is basically cut it in half and then follow the growth rings so that they always remain perpendicular to the face of the board. So that might involve turning the log 8 or 9 or 10 times within the green mill, but the resultant product is superior. The timber is dried in a large air drying yard. We don't rush the timber through, we just gently dry it in the air.
When I go to the mill and I look out and I see all that timber sitting there drying, I mean, there's 30-odd thousand cubic metres of wood. I'm proud of the fact that it's taken us 75 years to get to that point.
After it is in the air-dried yard for approximately 6 to 7 months, from that stage it goes into a kiln to be final dried down to whatever the specified moisture content is, usually 10%. Once the timber comes through the planer, the thickness of the timber is all the same and the face of the board is cleaned up. The next stage in the process, the laser saw edger, is able to select the products that are going to be cut out of that slab of timber into a final dimension product.
The operator inspects or grades the slab before it gets into the laser light system. They can get anything from 1 to 3 planks out of one slab. The sawn material travels through to be trim docked or cross-cut. Defects on the ends of the boards or any defects in the middle of the board. Runoff, knots, bad gum vein, any type of defect.
Nothing is wasted in the mill. Even the short pieces of timber are used for various products.
Our sawdust and our shavings from our moulders actually feed our boiler system, which in turn creates steam and heat to dry our timber. While our waste timber is actually chipped to make copy paper. The boards are extremely beautiful looking, straight line edged, quarter sawn.
It's 100% straight, it's 100% at the thickness that's specified, and it's 100% set width.
We have a close communication with our overseas clientele. If they place orders, it's there available for them.
Vic Ash is a blonde timber and it's very consistent in grain, and when we stain that up can look like a number of darker hardwoods. Generally, we find that the Vic Ash is particularly suitable for floors and joinery units, as well on stairs for tread. Being very stable, it's suitable for that application.
Most architects today are looking for a timber that has good environmental credentials. It's very important that the timber is well looked after as far as the environment is concerned.
It gives a gentle appearance, it is light in colour, contemporary design where clean lines, purity of form and space is more desirable. Beautiful carpentry work, beautiful joints, expressive joints, and as always in relation to nature, in relation to the outdoor-indoor space. In most of Asia, you only have limited interior space to work with, and so by just adding a timber will really enrich the interior space. And also it will bring in nature into a very built-up urban city.
I believe that Victorian Ash is the Rolls-Royce of Australian hardwoods. It's a timber that's hard but yet easy to work. It can be used in light coloured forms, it can be used in dark coloured forms by the application of stains.
What is satisfying now is a growing percentage of our production of Victorian ash is going to export to at least 8 or 10 different countries, both in America, the Pacific and into Europe.
I think all employees feel a sense of pride. Because of the communications, they know when the company's doing well, and I think they feel pride when they find the results up to expectations.
Many of these people actually have their fathers and their fathers' fathers have worked in the timber industry, and it's something that is handed down through generations, their love of timber.
I'm proud of NSTI Timber Industries. I'm proud of its employees. I'm proud of a small township like Hayfield that can supply the finest item of timber to Australia and the world.
Neville Smith Timber Industries' philosophy is all about supplying our customers with as high a quality product that we possibly can.